An example of a face on a card. But see, these don't have faces on them. These are blank on the back and blank on the front. Although I forget which is the back and which is the front. It doesn't matter. They're blank on both sides. That's the important thing. Now, of course, if they had faces, they wouldn't all be alike. They would have to be different. You know what I mean? Some would be black, some would be red, some would have pictures, some would have numbers on them. They'd all be different. But the fact is, these don't have faces. See, these are blank on the back and blank on the front. Now, even if you had a card with a face, it's no good. You know why? It's a trick question. The reason is even if it's got a face, it's no fun if there's no back on it. What good are cards without backs? You gotta have a back on it. Let's face it, you're sitting across from somebody playing cards, you'd fall asleep with that. That's boring. That's what the back is for, is to keep you awake when you're playing cards. See, this is educational as well as entertaining. But of course, if it was a real deck of cards, the backs wouldn't look like this. If it was a real deck of cards, the backs would look like this, but these don't have backs on them. See, these are blank on the back and blank on the front. Now, hypothetically, since we're dealing in the abstract, if you did have one card that had a face and no back on it, and you had one card that had a back and no face on it, you put them on either side of all the blank cards, and if you didn't know better, from a distance, wouldn't that look like a real deck of cards to you? You couldn't tell, could you? Until you go to shuffle them and you realize there's nothing on the inside, right? But then again, if it was a real deck of cards, it wouldn't look like this. If it was a real deck of cards, it would look like this. 52 printed cards, back and front. But keep in mind, this is not a real deck of cards. I don't know if I told you. See, it's a blank deck of cards. They're blank on the back, blank on the front. That's why I can't do any tricks with them. I'm sorry. Does that make any sense? It's what? I can. An unsolicited testimonial. Now, how cool is that? The show's about to start in a couple of minutes. Everybody ready for a show? Let me hear you say yeah! And let's get going, guys. Welcome to Downtown Disney. My name is Ray Pierce, and we're here at the Disneyland Resort to have some fun. Now, like I said, I can't promise you many things, but I can promise you in a few moments, you will be amazed. That's my goal. Even in the back seats over there. Don't think I don't notice you over there. The real secret of this whole thing is I want you just to hang out, sit back, relax, enjoy yourself. If you do that, I promise you this very well could be the most exciting 6.5 hours you've ever spent in one place. So just relax. It's going to fly by. Don't worry about it. Guys, come on up. We're starting the show. It's going to be a lot of fun for you. If you do have a fast pass for the 7:30 show, right over here on this side, any fast passes? No, you never know when that could come up. Single riders. Single riders? Anybody? Single riders right over here on this side? Nobody? Okay, that's good. Oh, we have a little bit of party of two. Is there a party of two right over there? Yeah, party of two. Right over row 4. Come right over here. We got a space for you. That's right. I'll tell you one thing I'm going to do. Everything I'm going to show you tonight, I'm going to have you examine. Because I want you to understand that everything I'm using is real. It's the real deal. And my thinking is, if the objects are real, the magic has to come from me. I'll let you be the judge of that in just a short while. The important thing is that we're going to have some fun. Because my tools are both abstract and concrete. My palette is my imagination, and my canvas is yours. And together, we have the ability of creating magic that only exists in our collective imagination. You'll see what I mean in just a few moments. Do me a favor, sir, step out over here. I'd like you to examine that for me. I know it doesn't look like much, but it's going to play a very important role in what we have coming up. I've got one that's a little bit longer for you. I know you want one, and one that's a lot longer for you. You all guys can look at that. Everybody look at it together. Folks, pull on these, tug on them, make sure they're solid, make sure they don't stretch. You don't have to get into a contest, just make sure it's okay. If it looks like rope that you might find at a hardware store, that's because it is. It's actually half-inch, single braid nylon. It has a breaking strength of over 1,342 pounds. But we're not going to put it to quite that much of the test today. I just want you to make sure it's real and make sure it's strong. Does it look okay for you? Okay, now guys, it's very important. I want you to keep track of this rope. Should we meet it later on the street, you'll recognize it. Very important, okay? Okay, how does yours look over here? It's okay? Every inch of it? They're not letting anything get away, too. That's good. Thank you, sir. This is rope number 2. And how about yours? I like a rope. It's the best. It would look like something else. I'd be in trouble. That's good. Now, guys, you looked at these. You studied them. You examined them. If these are as solid as the four of us know right now, what I'm going to show you is a physical impossibility. That means it can't be done. But that's my job, if you think about it, so I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm going to bring the other ends up very slowly and very fairly, and as I do, I want you to watch as closely as you possibly can. Now let me explain. You see, this is magic only because I'm using the same ropes that you examined. If I had turned the lights out, gone back there and got 3 of the ropes, it wouldn't be a good trick at this point. But since I'm using the same ones that you looked at, that makes it into an illusion. Not a great illusion, I can tell by the applause, but I thought it was okay. No, too late to suck up now, you missed your chance. But it makes it into an illusion, but it also makes it into a problem. The problem, sir, is I started doing this many, many years ago. And right now, at home, I have 3,000-4,000 sets of these ropes that are all the same length. It's getting to be a pain in the neck. So I came up with a way of solving it. Here's what I came up with. I'm going to bring the ends up one at a time and leave them right where you can keep track of them. That's rope number 1. Rope number 2. And rope number 3, the one that used to be about that long. You remember that one? Making sure you're paying attention. Step over here for me. You're going to act as a one-man committee for everybody else here. I want you to hold on to those 3 ends I brought up. You're going to make sure I don't manipulate them or move them around like those magicians on TV do. You know the ones I'm talking about. He's got this death grip on him too. That's good. I want that. You're not taking any chances. Because if I were to pull on these ropes and show you 3 equal ropes, that's not magic. That's a simple scientific fact. But if I could pull them while you're holding them, and I could show you 1 short, 1 medium, and 1 long, that, my friends, would be magic. That's the difference in the 2 of them. You can clap. It's okay. It's not TV. We can hear you. We love that. Thank you, sir. You did good. I appreciate it. Now, you might think the show is up here, but there is nothing more entertaining for me than looking at the looks on your faces when I do this. You look so confused at that. And I really don't want you to be confused. That's not my goal. There's an old expression that says confusion is not illusion. It's true. Because if you feel confused, you just feel tricked or cheated. That's a cheap emotion. I hate that. Now, wonder and amazement, that's a rich emotion. That's what we dream about. It's what we yearn for. So I'm going to do something most people won't do. I'm going to do this again. But I'm going to do it using only the 2 ropes that are diametrically opposed, the long and the short rope. The middle rope we won't even use. Now think about this. You've seen this once already, so you know what to watch for. If I were to do something sneaky, you could catch me. Also, there's fewer ropes. There's less to confuse the mind or to deceive the senses. That makes even trying this a second time virtually impossible. Not completely impossible, just virtually impossible. Now, let's think about it for a moment. I started off with 3 ropes.
No, I just don't understand it.
I just did it with 2 ropes. The only way I know to finish this is if there was any way that I ended up with 1 piece of rope, that would be pretty amazing. What do you think? I agree with you! Thank you, guys. Oh, man. We have got some fun stuff here, but the most important thing is for you to have fun. So if you're ready to have fun, let me hear you say, yeah! Yeah! Here. Now the problem is that if you say that, that means you can see me. So many times we do big shows, people are so far away, they can't see what's going on, and they always say the same thing. They say it's very easy to be fooled when you're so far away. But if I was watching closer, I could figure this all out. They might be right, I don't know. But I'm going to put that to the test today. And I'm going to do that using your help, sir. You didn't know that, did you? Give this man a round of applause. Come on up here. What's your name? Dwayne. Dwayne, it's nice to meet you, sir. The reason I called upon you is because I saw you over there and you looked 2 things to me, very important. you looked very observant, and you looked honest. Is that fair enough? That's all you got to do. Now, when you're sitting over there, Dwayne, minding your own business, it's only fair you should relax here, have a seat, sit down. This is all for you. Because, Dwayne, I'm going to do a magic trick just for you. Now, they're going to see it, but the important thing is I want you to be kind of their emissary. That way, after the show, they're going to come up and ask you if it was real. You'll be able to tell them. Is that fair enough? Good enough. Now, for everybody else, remember, you're going to see this as well. But remember, I'm doing this just for Dwayne. So if everybody is really quiet at the end of this, I'll tell you how it's done. Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
Good enough. Now, wait, I'll tell you what we need for this. This effect involves magic paper. Do you have any magic paper with you? It's okay. I came prepared. Not only did I go to the trouble of getting some of this special magic paper, Dwayne, I went to the trouble of putting it on a roll. It's more expensive this way, but I spare no expense. It's important. Not only did I put it on a roll, but I went to the trouble of perforating it every 4 inches, because that's just the kind of guy I am, okay? Now, Wayne, you're not up here just to look good. What I want you to do is take your fingers and point them towards each other, plug them in right there. There you go. There's your new Facebook profile picture, right there. I love that. Now, you can relax a little bit, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do before I do it. That way you'll be able to see everything. In just a moment, I'm going to make a small ball. And when I tell you to, with all the conviction you can muster, I want you to say, go, just like that. When you say go, that ball is going to vanish from inside of my hand. You're going to be the hit of the party. They're going to clap. It's going to be a lot of fun, okay? So let's practice once for me. What do you say? Go. Now, this is a big group. You got to do better than that, okay? This is a big show. You've really got to sell it for everybody, okay? What do you say? Go. Nicely done. Now, watch it. Don't take your eyes off of it.
It's over there. It's over there.
I'll do it again. Yeah, it's okay. First time you don't really know what to expect, so it's not fun.
It's right there. It's over there.
They're just laughing because they don't know how it works. But that's okay. They're not up here. You are. What do you say?
Oh my God.
Go watch. I'll do it again. You're doing great. Okay. Okay, you know what to do. What do you say? Go. Watch.
Wait,
See, I
what?
hit your collar right there. You didn't see that, did you? This time I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to cheat, okay? You can see it from right up here. What do you say? Go. Watch. You're doing great.
It's right there.
Yeah, but the problem, you're doing great. The problem is they're too far away. You can see it's magic, but they think I'm probably hiding it in my sleeve or something because the ball is really small. I think I got an answer to that.
It's right there.
I think that they would be impressed if the ball was bigger. That way they could see it better. Because after all, you know the trick is good, but they can't tell from there. So if I had a bigger ball, I think it would be more impressive for the people in the back. Then they'd be able to appreciate along with us. Perfect. My parents are so proud of me. You can imagine, can't you? Okay.
No.
Okay, you're gonna be good on this one. What do you say? Go. Did it go? Do you know why? It's too big. What are you crazy? This thing's huge. You've really got to commit to this for me. What do you say? Go. Watch.
Oh my God.
Dwayne's doing a great job. Stand up for me, Dwayne. Now, in a minute, are you here by yourself? Okay. You're going to go back in the audience, and everybody's going to have some opinion over how they think this thing works.
Boy.
It happens all the time. They may come up with all types of wacky, crazy ideas on what happened here. But remember, they weren't up here. You were. You can tell them the truth. And no matter what they tell you, take my word for it. It's not over your head. Okay, give them a round of applause. Big round of applause for Dwayne. Thank you, sir. He was great up here.
Right there.
Now, it is very important that you know, had you been sitting here where Dwayne was, you would have looked the same way, you would have been fooled the exact same way, and so it's important to know that if you had any fun with that, we did that not at Dwayne's expense, but with his help, and for that, he deserves another round of applause from me and a good support. Thank you for helping me, sir. I've got to clean up. I don't know who leaves this mess all over the place. I can't imagine.
Oh my
I think
God.
you're right. Nobody knows. It'll be our secret.
a fun group. There's so many good people out here. Have you had fun so far? I have got one more thing to show you, and it's one of my absolute favorites. And I'll tell you a secret. When I first started, I was only about 8 years old. How old are you? 9? You're just a little bit older than I was when I started doing magic. At that time, all I was doing is card tricks and coin tricks, and I thought it was all about
stand up.
just tricking people and fooling them. When I was 10, I saw an illusion that changed everything I felt about magic, because it made me really believe in magic for the first time. And my brain just short-circuited. I thought it was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. And I remembered that feeling so clearly, and I swore that if I ever got to be a magician, I would try to share that feeling with as many people as possible, because I think it's amazing. For that reason, I set about on my journey to become a magician. And I was 10 years old, and so I have been practicing this effect for nearly every day of my life since then. That means 20 long years I've spent working on that. That's a long time. But the fact is, I really hope this is something you might have seen before, either on a stage or maybe on television somewhere. But I really hope you have never seen it the way you're about to see it tonight, either as closely or at least in quite the same manner. I will tell you that it utilizes 8 objects. In this case, they happen to be 8 rings of solid steel. Each one of these rings is solid and separate, but you don't have to take my word for it. But as much as I promised you earlier, every one of these 8 rings is going to be examined by you yourself. So you have to watch very closely, because you might be part of this at any second. It uses 8 rings, as I said, this being ring number 1, ring number 2, ring number 3, and ring number 4. That's the first set, not to be confused with the second set, which is exactly the same. That's how they come. Sorry, there's nothing fancy about it. These are rings 5, 6, 7, the last ring being ring number 8, each ring solid and separate. But don't take my word for it. Look at them. Make sure they're real. I know you want one too. Go ahead. There you go. You'll find out they're all exactly the same. There are no trap doors, magnetic catches, openings like you might have heard of. But without your word, these are solid. This could be a trick. In just a moment, you might believe it's real magic. The first one's here. How does it look? Is it okay? That's good. How about yours? He's still looking. You keep looking. That's okay. They're going over every inch of that thing. You take your time. I'll be back for that in a second. I'm going to wave yours with the others very slowly. As I do, I want you to watch as closely as you can. If you do, you might just see something you won't believe. Watch. Two rings. Now you looked at this ring before. Look at it again. Take it. Make sure it's still solid. Except now you'll notice a ring permanently welded through the middle of yours. You don't have to look at his. You can have one of your own. There you go. That's more fun. How does yours look over here? Is it okay? You sure? That's good. How about yours? She's looking too. That's good. Don't take my word for it. Is it okay? I'll take it back. Thank you. Now think about this for a moment. 2 examined rings. One from you. One from you. I want you to watch your respective rings very closely, because what I propose for you has only one possible explanation. I don't know about you. The only explanation I've got
We're connected. Hands up. What the heck?
is magic. 2 rings, now so solidly linked one through the other, it would take a welder several minutes to get these rings apart. Of course, I don't have several minutes to kill. I'd come up with a better way, but I think mine's more fun. You see, it doesn't take force, doesn't take strength. All it takes is a breath. And like rings of smoke,
What the heck?
they melt apart. Isn't that weird?
Yes,
You
definitely.
should see it from up here. It's even better.
Okay.
We'll make it one step more complicated using not 1, not 2, but 3 rings, not in the hands, but in mid-air. Watch.
No.
1, 2, 3, just like that. That's the hard way. You can look at those right over here.
Kidding me?
There you go.
Ow! Jeez. Did it cheated.
I'm left with 3 rings. With these, I'm going to do the same thing I just did with those, except I'm going to do it in slow motion.
Ow.
This is for the people that
You're not
still
a
believe it's
magician
just
like
the
that.
hand being quicker than the eye. don't have to be fast. All you have to do
How do you do it in
is
slow
let
motion?
the rings fall. And as they fall, they magnetically attract, giving the illusion of linking together. Watch.
What? That's no.
Even from
no.
up close, it's pretty deceptive, isn't it? Yeah, I know. As they fall, they link forming a solid chain of three, just like the ones you're holding there. Yet as easily as they go together, they dissolve one right through the other. Till we're left once more where we began with three solid, separate rings. There you, I don't want you to get bored. You can play with those for a little while. There you go. I'm going to take one of these at the bottom, make it pass through each and every other ring, landing at the top, forming 4 rings in one long chain. Now, right now, these rings are only linked in one position each. If we can link them in more than one position, it's possible to form a few designs. In this case, something like a garden swing linked in 8 different places. Something a little more artistic, like a globe of the world. Here's one just for the ladies tonight. A blooming rose. A wilting rose. I'm not good with plants. I can't help it. And just because we're here, one of my absolute favorites.
Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse.
Couldn't you tell from there? I thought so too. It's one of my favorites too. You know, if you watch closely enough, it's possible to witness the nearly mirage-like descension of the rings as they melt, one through the other. Till we're left once more where we began, with 4 rings in one long chain.
I'm gonna go place real quick, okay?
Now, a little while ago, I linked 2 rings together.
What did you do about that?
You've been looking at them all this time. Are they still solid?
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Now, I will warn you, what I'm about to do happens very quickly. I don't want you to miss it. No blinking. I've got 2 rings on this side, 4 rings here. We'll hold one of these rings at the top, allow it to fall through each and every other ring, falling off the bottom, adding there, making 2 chains of 3. Altogether, that's one long chain of 6 rings, or all 5 rings linked onto one.
What? No. What? How?
Now, as I promised you, all the rings have been examined with the exception of the last 2. Technically, it looks like they're still being examined. So before I finish this, I want to find out, are the last 2 solid as well? Are they solid? I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. With rings 7 and 8, I'm going to try to conclude my performance this evening by showing you something called a dual aerial link. Both rings will be thrown up in the air, and as they descend, they will visibly melt through that ring, joining the 5 that are there already. With any luck, this will happen visibly on the count of 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
One,
2.
2. It got really quiet here, didn't it? That was spooky. Never heard that before out here. 1, 2. They go up separate, they come down together, and we end just as we began with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 solid separate rings of steel. The most important thing, did you have a good time tonight? That's what I wanted to hear. It has been our pleasure to entertain you out here. My name is Ray Pierce. On behalf of Downtown Disney and the Disneyland Resort, thank you so much for coming. We hope to see you very, very soon. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll see everybody. Bye-bye.